We have to do this. A bit of a hill. His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Start recording. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com. We've got a Northeast 8 conference matchup for you tonight. The homestanding New Haven Bulldogs taking on the DeKalb Barons out of Waterloo, Indiana. That's right, we are in New Haven, Indiana, part of the East Allen County Schools District. And, of course, New Haven comes in with a very solid record. We'll start by talking about this DeKalb team, though. 3-2 they come into play. They're coming off a win against Heritage, and if they were to win this game tonight, it would be a winning streak for the Barons. They go on the road to play Carroll this coming Tuesday. Good start to back-to-back road games. If they can get a win here against these New Haven Bulldogs, it would be a big confidence booster. They're coached by head coach Rod Cohn. He's in his 5th season as the head coach, and again, he's off to a good start. The Barons have played a couple of SAC opponents, Northrop and Bishop Dwenger. They defeated Northrop earlier this year, but lost to Dwenger on their home court, DeKalb did. They followed that up with a win against Norwell, the defending champions of the Northeast 8 Conference. Norwell's off to a bit of a slow start, although they've worked their way back closer to 500. They're 4-5 coming into play tonight. But their only conference game of the season was that game against DeKalb, which, of course, as I mentioned, the Barons won that one. The Barons have the top record in the Northeast 8 at this point, but that's a 1-0 conference record, and the Barons and the Knights of Norwell are the only teams to play a conference game so far this season, but a good confidence booster considering that Norwell was able to get that conference win, that DeKalb was able to get that conference win against Norwell earlier this year. That was back on December 18th when the Barons won that particular game. As for this New Haven team, they've been good for quite some time. Head coach Bruce Stevens has had a lot of success in his career as the head coach of the New Haven Bulldogs. In fact, they've even been successful even going back to when Al Gooden was the head coach here at New Haven. New Haven's record on the season is 5-3. They won their most recent game. That was against the Snyder Panthers. That's a young Snyder team that's playing fairly well. They're 6-3, but as I mentioned, New Haven is 5-3. They've got a chance to get a little winning streak going, and then they'll continue the homestand coming up Wednesday night when they take on Bishop Dwenger. That'll be the 3rd straight home game for New Haven as they try to go 2-0 on this homestand so far, and that's exactly what will happen if they can knock off the DeKalb Barons. While we have a moment, we will go ahead and get a word in from our sponsors that allow us to come out and do these games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com, simple, transparent, and reliable. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services, including brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. You are invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. A system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. El Azteca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. El Azteca Mexican recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit elaztecarestaurant.com. iCryo specializes in whole body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians, and our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral is needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com for more information. Well, we've got a couple other games set to go on here on Summit City Sports. Looks like they are just getting close to tip-off at Blackhawk Christian. The Braves taking on the Cadets of Concordia. And it looks like they are warming things up between Norwell and Leo, getting ready to go over there. That's the other broadcast we have. That's another Northeast 8 conference matchup. Leo also part of this East Allen County Schools District, the same district that New Haven is a part of. Well, we'll be right back in just a matter of moments as we get closer to the start of this game. You are watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
We are back here at New Haven High School in New Haven, Indiana, of course, and we will go ahead and tell you the starting lineups for tonight's game. For the visitors from DeKalb High School, their starters are Cole Richmond at guard, Brantley Hickman also starting at guard, Connor Penrod starts at forward, Alex Leslie starts at guard, Donald Wiley starts at forward as well. And for the Bulldogs of New Haven, Jakar Williams gets the start at guard. Dre Wright will start at forward. Jackson Turnwald will start at guard as well. The sophomore Darion Brooks will get the start at forward, and Thomas Latham will also get the start at forward. Two starting seniors for the New Haven Bulldogs and one starting senior for the DeKalb Barons. Their starting senior is Cole Richmond, and the two starting seniors for these Bulldogs are Thomas Latham and Dre Wright. Of course, Dre Wright, you may remember, was one of the top pass rushers on New Haven's football team this past year. New Haven's football team coached by James Lynn He finished up his third year at New Haven High School. In fact, he's been at New Haven for a long time, even as an assistant coach. Bruce Stevens, he's been here as the head coach for about 5 years. Took over for Al Gooden, and Al Gooden had a successful career. He got to coach the likes of V.J. Beecham. You may remember him from his Notre Dame days. Bruce Stevens took over for him, and the Bulldogs have hardly missed a beat since Stevens took over. Well, we are going to be right back as we get closer to the start of this game. You are watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
Here we have to do this. A bit of a hill. His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We are at New Haven High School in New Haven, Indiana, just outside of Fort Wayne. In fact, we are in East Allen County. This school is part of the East Allen County Schools District. It's one of, I believe, 4 high schools in the East Allen County Schools District, with the others being Heritage, Norwell, and Leo High School. All those schools part of the Northeast. Excuse me, I said Norwell. Woodland is actually a part of the East Allen County Schools District. Norwell is part of the Northern Wells Community Conference over in Northern Wells County, about 45 minutes away from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Well, either way, this is the first conference game of the season for New Haven. They are part of the Northeast 8 Conference, as is DeKalb. DeKalb is 1-0 in conference play, looking to go to 2-0 in conference play. That is exactly what will happen if they get the win tonight. However, New Haven has not yet played a conference game, and they come in playing some strong basketball. Both teams with winning records so far. New Haven comes in at 5-3. DeKalb comes in at 3-2. We got the national anthem coming up in just a matter of moments. We'll have the national anthem, and the starting lineups will be introduced. We'll be right back in just a minute here on SummitCitySports.com.
Excited about the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location where people know what they're doing was really beneficial. And I think, that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Well, we are just about to have the national anthem in just a matter of moments here at New Haven High School. And then we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups, and we will get started this matchup between DeKalb and New Haven in just a matter of moments. Thad Goff bringing you the broadcast. Brandon Porter is my camera operator for tonight. And now we will have the national anthem.
6 foot, a third guard in the lineup. He's a senior, number 11, Cole Redmond. And 6 foot 2 foot forward is the sophomore, number 22, Donald Wiley. And rounding out the starting lineup for Coach Ron Tillman and crew is number 40, Connor Penrod. And coach for the Bears, Ron Tillman. And now, the starting lineup for your New Haven Bulldogs. At guard, a 6'4" junior, number 1, DeKalb Williams. And forward, a 6'2" senior, number 3, Dre Wright. A junior guard is 6'3", wearing number 4, Jackson Turnbull. And forward, he's a 6'4" sophomore, number 12, Darian Brooks. Rounding up the starting lineup for the Bulldogs, he's a 6'5" forward, number 30, Thomas Latham. Your Bulldogs are coached by Mr. Bruce Stevens.
And those are the starting lineups for both teams, both DeKalb and New Haven, in this Northeast 8 conference matchup that's about to take place. We'll have the tip-off in just a matter of moments. New Haven does return a couple of starters from last year's team, a couple of top scorers, in fact. Jakar Williams was one of those, along with Thomas Latham. And now Latham will get set to tip this one off against Connor Penrod. And the tip is won eventually by Penrod, and the Barons have the opening possession. This is Brantley Hickman bringing it across the timeline. He's picked up by Jackson Turnwald. On the drive, it's Hickman, kicks it out. 3 ball is good by Alex Leslie, and the Barons have the early lead. And a quick 3 on the other end of the floor. They get that one to fall. Jackson Turnwald from downtown. The Bulldogs with an immediate answer. They almost got a steal there. It was taken away by Donald Wiley. Pull-up jumper on the baseline, wouldn't fall. And Turnwald comes up with a rebound. Here's Darian Brooks coming back down the floor. He kicks it to the corner. Williams was calling for it. Instead, they find Turnwald, and he stepped out of bounds right in front of the Baron bench. And DeKalb will take over with a tie game at 2 apiece, just under a minute in to this first quarter, I should say. That pass almost stolen away. Williams almost got there. He knocked it out of bounds. It went off of Leslie and out of bounds, so it will be New Haven ball. Darian Brooks, a dribble to his right, and he sinks the jumper. And Brooks is on the board. That gives New Haven the lead. Ball goes out of bounds, and I think they're going to say last touched by the Bulldogs. They look to put it in play. Taking his time to get it in was Hickman, but he eventually finds Richmond. Richmond, look, he wanted to catch and shoot 3 there, but instead didn't pull it up. New Haven, they play a lot of man-to-man defense. That's what they're in right now. They do like to press, and we've seen a little bit of that press so far today. Here's Richmond. Good closeout there by Williams. Or check that, that's Wright. Dre Wright, number 3. And Richmond throws it away. And Williams will put it in play to Brooks as he'll let Williams bring it up the timeline. If I'm not mistaken, Williams was the starting quarterback on New Haven's football team this past year, and let him do a little brief quarterbacking there here on the hardwood. Three ball comes up short, jammed home by Darion Brooks. And Brooks has the last 4 points for New Haven. He's a kid averaging 12 points a game. And he got up above the rim and jammed that thing home. Hickman gets across the timeline. Pass is tipped and recovered by Turnwald. Here's Williams, lowers the shoulder. They're going to call it a blocking foul. Foul is called on number 10. That is Brantley Hickman. Quick catch and shoot by Brooks. That's too strong. And the rebound pulled down by Wiley, but ripped away by Williams. Brooks couldn't finish, though. Pass is tipped. Wright almost had the steal, and Richmond gets it across the timeline. Basket is good. That's Connor Penrod. Much needed bucket for the Barons as they pull within 2. A quick catch and shoot by Turnwald. That's no good. Offensive rebound, Dre Wright. And he puts it home. Dre Wright with his first points of the game. The Barons get this one across the timeline. Richmond trying to get it inside. Instead, he kicks it to Leslie. Back to Richmond on the outside. Richmond with Wright on him. Richmond on the drive. Right hand. It's good. And now a whistle blows. That's Rod Cohn who wanted the timeout. And he gets it with his team down by 2. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take one right along with him here on SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
A 9-7 lead for the Bulldogs of New Haven. Starting to become a back-and-forth game here at New Haven High School. Of course, this is the alma mater of former Notre Dame star V.J. Beecham. He played for head coach Al Gooden back when he coached here. That Gooden was the predecessor to Bruce Stevens. Latham feeds that one over. This is Williams. Tried to get it inside. Loose ball, and it's thrown away. DeKalb takes over. It'll be Donald Wiley to put it in play. And a little full court pressure. I mentioned New Haven likes to run some of this. Wiley still behind the timeline. Now he gets it across the timeline. Trying to take it all the way. Comes up short. That's Williams with a rebound. Outlet to Wright. The lob to Brooks. Oh, he left it short. He wanted the alley-oop layup, but Brooks just couldn't finish. Here's a catch and shoot by Richmond on the other end. That wouldn't go. Turnwald with the rebound, and Latham will bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. The lob inside for Williams. He hits the floater. Nice little soft touch to Williams. And he's on the board for the first time, making a 4-point Bulldog lead. Leslie across the timeline. He drew the double team for a brief moment. Here's a catch and shoot by Wiley, and he nails the three. Well, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, this DeKalb team was winning 20 games a year on a rather consistent basis. Here's Williams from downtown. His three would not fall, and Connor Penrod comes down with the board. Looks like DeKalb will get a sub to their bench. That's Jackson Barth. Wiley tries another three. No good. Turnwald able to save it into the hands of Latham. Brooks, little pull-up J. Got it. Darion Brooks with the soft touch. And it's a 3-point lead for New Haven. Darion Brooks with 6 points. He's the leading scorer for the Bulldogs in this one. That step-back jumper wouldn't fall. Latham grabs the board. He comes across the timeline. A pull-up jumper by Latham rattles it home. Latham came in as the leading scorer on this New Haven team. Didn't have a bucket in this game until he hit that one. We've got 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hickman gets it out to Richmond. Richmond on the drive. Loose ball. Out of bounds. New Haven takes over. Into the game comes Nick Miles, a 5'11 junior guard off the bench. JoJo Robertson, a 5'8 sophomore guard, also checks in. As the Bulldogs go with a little smaller lineup in this instance. The lob inside, looking for Williams, had trouble with it. And I don't know if somebody oh no, they got a foul. A foul is called against the Bulldogs, and they call it on Williams. Going to get a sub into the game. That's James Rhodes, a 6'1" senior guard. We do have an update for you. Blackhawk Christian off to a heck of a start. They're up 27-8 against the Cadets of Concordia. Full court pressure by the Bulldogs. The Barons look to beat that. They do. This is Leslie, spins away from the defender, Miles, and gets all the way to the bucket. He missed the shot, but a foul is called on the Bulldogs. I think they're going to get Latham for this one, and they do. That's just the second team foul on the Bulldogs so far today. Richmond off the catch and shoot. He nails a three. Cole Richmond from downtown. That gives him 5 points for the game. And they work this one over to Miles. Miles feeds it inside. Battle for the loose ball. Latham comes up with it. Here's a catch and shoot by Robertson. That's off the mark. Leslie looking to use the baseline, goes for the shot along the baseline and is fouled. He'll go to the line. 52.2 to go, and the Barons can tie this game. There was a time when Jeremy Roush was the head coach at DeKalb. He's now the head coach at Snyder. He coached at DeKalb for 2 seasons, including a 15-8 campaign. That free throw rims out. The Snyder Panthers are off to a pretty good start this year. They're 6-3 coming into tonight. And they had a chance to upset a really good Leo team earlier this year. That second one is good. And we got ourselves a 1-point ball game. Along the baseline, a shot fake by Miles. Miles looking to drive. Now he kicks it out to Rhodes. 3 subs in the game for New Haven. Rhodes looking to attack. Kicks it back outside to Wright. New Haven may be holding for the final shot of the half here. Latham, the step back, no good. Penrod rips it down. Off to Jackson Barth. The Barons get it across the timeline. And we're going to have a foul called on the drive to the basket. Bruce Stevens wanting that to be an offensive foul call, but instead it's on the Bulldogs. It was not on the shot. Stevens pleading his case with the official, saying he threw the elbow, but I don't think the official's buying it. Inbound is stolen by Latham. He lobs it up the floor for Robertson. Robertson with the floater. Going the other way. It's an offensive foul. That's 4 fouls this half against the Bulldogs. Make it 5, actually. That was the 15th foul against the Bulldogs. And the inbound is stolen right back. Right. Can he get it off in time? He does, and he puts it home. We got a player down. That was Richmond. He fell down shortly after the inbound, but Dre Wright gets the bucket. And New Haven is up 17-14 at the end of 1. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter after this on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
17-14, New Haven leads DeKalb at the end of the first quarter. And the Bulldogs are going to get the ball to start this second quarter. A quick catch and shoot by Turnwald, fresh back off the bench, and he could not get that one to fall. Rhodes with the rebound. DeKalb has kept it close early on. DeKalb is off to a good start. They come into this game at 3-2. Richmond, a contested three, no good. That was Darion Brooks with the closeout. And he'll come back the other way with it. Brooks spinning in. Pull-up jumper. Got it! Just off the back iron, and Brooks able to knock it down. He's got 8 points. A young sophomore guard. Sophomore forward, actually, at 6'4". He could play either small forward or shooting guard. They've got him listed as a small forward in this case. Oh, that's almost stolen away. Williams went for the steal there. And that three ball hits the bar above the backboard. That's going to go right back to New Haven. The shot taken by Nolan Knack. Back across the timeline comes Miles. Miles going to get this one off to Brooks. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs. The drive by Miles. Too strong off the glass. And that's Penrod who comes down with the board. Here's Richmond across the timeline. He's picked up by Brooks. Knack, the kick out. They go back outside to Barth. Richmond gets it back. Gets around the screen. Spins into the lane, looking for the turnaround shot. And instead they work it right back to Richmond. They've got Penrod posting up down low. He's got Brooks on him. Penrod's one of the taller guys on this DeKalb team. Brooks is pretty close to matching him inch for inch. That pass almost gets away from Knack as Williams comes out to guard him. Knack gets it away. Only had one basket scored so far here in the second quarter, and we are just over 2 minutes into the quarter. They just barely get the pass to number 33, Jackson Barth. That's Richmond for three, and he nails it with a hand in his face. Cole Richmond, a contested three, and DeKalb is within two. I believe that's Richmond's second three of the game. Loose ball, and New Haven turns it over. And here's Hickman across the timeline, lobs it for Penrod, but it's off his hands. Now Williams going to bring this one across the timeline. Bulldogs leading it by 2. They've led most of the way. The only time DeKalb has led in this game was when they were up 3-0. Latham on the inside. He scores. Thomas Latham, his second bucket from the field tonight, and New Haven extends their lead up to 4. Little zip pass by Wiley on the interior. That shot off the glass, no, but the putback is good by Connor Penrod. Penrod's got 4 points in the game. A drive to the basket by Latham. And he'll back it out. That's Penrod who picks him up. And now Williams will dribble around. He gets it back to Latham. Pass is tipped, and Williams able to recover. Feed inside to Wright. Shot wouldn't go, but he's going to the line. Dre Wright, the multi-sport athlete, headed to the free throw line. This foul is called on Nolan Knack. And that's Knack's first foul, second team foul against the Barons. The free throw no good. DeKalb very much in this game. It's a team that has had losing seasons the last few years, but it's off to a good start this year. And as Wright knocks down that second free throw, DeKalb has a chance to either make this a 1-point game or tie it with a 3. They've been shooting it well from beyond the arc so far tonight. This is Leslie across the timeline. Feeds that one off to Wiley. His 3 wouldn't fall. Offensive board, Penrod. Check that. That's not Penrod. That's number 20. And that's Tristan Kern who puts it in. Tristan Kern got the rebound and hit the shot in the end, as that's Williams on the drive. Latham rises over top, couldn't hit the 3. Rebound is tipped out. It goes out of bounds. New Haven ball. Nolan Knack went after it, but to no avail. It's going to be New Haven ball, and they've got a chance to extend their lead. 3:36 to go here in this first half. I tell you what, there are some nice gyms in this area. This is definitely one of them. Here's a pull-up 3 by Brooks. They're going to say no shot. A foul was called. Had it been called on the shot, Brooks would be heading to the line for 3 free throws. They call the foul on Kern. Now, New Haven has played host to multiple postseason events. This gym played host to sectional wrestling a year ago. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to play host to sectional wrestling again next year. That sectional last year fed into the Carroll Regional as the Bulldogs turn it over. In fact, New Haven also hosts semi-state wrestling. Last year they hosted the semi-state meet at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, not too far from here, as Leslie gets this one across the timeline. Last few years they've hosted the New Haven semi-state cross-country meet. Driving to the basket, that's Brantley Hickman who puts it home. And the lead for the DeKalb Barons. Hosted sectional baseball back in 2019. New Haven did. Although Leo does have a very good baseball program. They certainly did a couple of years ago, back when they last had a high school baseball season in the state of Indiana and other states. The handoff here to Brooks. Although the Barons just took their first lead since it was 3-0 in the first quarter. Pass inside to Wright. He was fouled. Are they going to say before the shot or on the shot? Before the shot, so no free throws coming up. And that's the 4th team foul against the Bulldogs. Williams going to put it in play for the Bulldogs, and he gets it into Brooks. Brooks picked up by Wiley. Feeds it inside. Williams leaning in. Left it short. And Brooks comes down with the board. Up and under. What a move by Darion Brooks. The circus shot right around the rim. That's 10 points for Brooks. And we haven't even got to halftime yet. They feed this one inside. Penrod swings it back out for Hickman. Hickman gets it back. He's picked up by Brooks. That's a size mismatch. Hickman will back down Brooks and then kicks it out. Check that. That was Leslie who kicked it out to Hickman. Hickman number 10. This is Leslie Check that. This is Richmond with the ball. He's number 11, and Richmond was fouled. The three will count. The lead right back to the Barons as Cole Richmond is having himself a night from three-point land. He's hit 3 triples. He's got 11 points total. That foul was on Thomas Latham, his second. Looks like he'll remain in the game with 1:38 to go in this first half. And Richmond completes the three-point play. It's a 3-point lead for DeKalb. 12 points for Cole Richmond, and what a night he's having. Williams looks inside. He's got Latham coming across. He wasn't ready for it. Leslie comes up with a loose ball. He's got bigger bodies on him, but he gets it across the timeline. Good job by Leslie to keep his poise amongst those big bodies. As Richmond gets around the screen from Penrod, feeds into him on the roll. No shot. He walked. That was about to be a screen and roll bucket for the Barons. But apparently Penrod took a few too many steps. Jakar Williams will bring this one across the timeline. He's got Latham. Looked like he was about to set a screen for him, but did not. Brooks looking down low. Now he'll fire. He hits it. That's a 3. And this game is tied. The sophomore standout, Darion Brooks, with 13 points. And here's Hickman. Gets it to Leslie across the timeline. DeKalb can hold for the final shot of the half. You don't have a shot clock to worry about. And this possession started with over 30 seconds, but here in Indiana, in high school basketball, they don't use a shot clock. And it looks like DeKalb will probably hold for the final shot. They've taken about 20-some seconds off the clock, but the double team comes, and a foul is called. Are they going to get right for that one? Indeed, they do get right, and that's going to lead to 1-1. That was the 7th team foul on the Bulldogs, so a couple of free throws coming up for Cole Richmond, who's already having a solid evening as it is. And he is true on the first one. Cole Richmond up to 13 points. He leads all DeKalb scorers. And his second one is good. A 2-point lead for the Barons. Bulldogs quickly get it across the floor. That's Richmond. Well, give him credit for getting back on defense. New Haven didn't take much time getting it across the timeline, and Richmond took about as much time, maybe even less. Unfortunately for him, he knocked it out of bounds, and it's going to be New Haven basketball. Donald Wiley checks into the game. And now New Haven will get a sub in. That's Jackson Turnwald. And Williams will put it in play. Gets it into Brooks. Right. Feeds it off. Turnwald. Late 3. No good. Turnwald gets it back. Tried to get it off. Actually didn't catch it cleanly. Richmond was there with him. And he prevented him from getting the shot off. And the first half comes to an end with DeKalb on top, 29-27. It's a game where New Haven led most of the way in the first quarter, aside from where DeKalb had a 3-0 lead, but DeKalb scrapped and clawed their way into the lead, and a big reason for that is Cole Richmond. We'll talk more about him when we come back from this next break, but first, a word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Now, one score we can update you on right now. Leo and Norwell are already in the third quarter. Leo with a 32-30 lead over Norwell. This has been an impressive season for the Lions. The Knights had a heck of a season last year, trying to bounce back from a slow start to the season. But by the way, Norwell is the only team to have played DeKalb up until this point, the only team in the Northeast 8 to play DeKalb up until this point. DeKalb won that game. They're 1-0 in league play coming into this one, trying to make it 2-0, off to a good start, up 29-27. We'll be right back after this break here on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
We are at halftime here at New Haven High School. It is the visitors from DeKalb High School who lead it 29-27. I mentioned Cole Richmond was a big aspect as to why the Barons were able to come back and take the lead. They were not down double figures. However, New Haven had led most of the first half, but Cole Richmond was instrumental in their effort to get this halftime lead. Richmond was the leading scorer. He has 14 points on the night, including 3 triples that he's knocked down. Also, number 40, Connor Penrod, has added 4 points. Also adding 4 points is Alex Leslie, number 4, and adding 3 more is Donald Wiley. Brantley Hickman also added 2 for the Barons. Leading scorer for New Haven was Darion Brooks. He had 13 points. He's the only player to score in double figures in this one. Thomas Latham also added 4. Jackson Turnwald had 3. He hit a 3 early on in the game. Dre Wright has 5. And adding 1 more, Jakar Williams has 2 points in the game. We'll go ahead and get another word from our sponsors that allow us to come out and do these games here on SummitCitySports.com. Parkview Sports Medicine is the area's largest integrated sports medicine team, specialized in serving every level of athlete, no matter if they're trying to get better at what they do or recovering from an injury. Our experts coordinate your care in state-of-the-art facilities in our community. To start your journey, visit us at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. We got about 6.5 minutes before the second half gets underway. For the time being, we will take a break and come back afterwards. You're listening and watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill. His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, Nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100. Thank you.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Well, we are at halftime, just about to start the second half. We'll go ahead and get a look at some of our replays brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. This was a tough shot by Cole Richmond. Give credit to Thomas Latham for getting out and contesting, but give credit just as well, even more so, in fact, to Cole Richmond. He knocked down that shot with a hand in his face. That's one of the best shots we've seen tonight. Here's another one that we're going to show you. This was from New Haven, as Darion Brooks is going to feed this one off to Jakar Williams. He's going to go for the little hook shot, but it comes up short. Rebound comes out to Brooks and goes up and under to put that one home. That gave New Haven a 24-23 lead, but right now it is DeKalb who leads it by 2 coming out of the halftime locker room. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We are the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes with specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, we are now ready to begin the third quarter. It's going to be DeKalb to start out with the basketballs. The two teams will switch sides of the floor. And we will play 2 more quarters of basketball and perhaps an extra 5 minutes. Well, immediately after that inbound, a New Haven fan must have been the one who called over and back, but it's not going to matter. Latham grabs the turnover. Oh, nice ups there by Brooks, and he puts it home. That was a tough catch by Brooks and a steal right away. That's Williams with the takeaway. Turnwald couldn't knock down the 3. And Leslie comes down with the rebound. Well, for Brooks, he's up to 15 points. That's a blocking foul right back in transition. Called on the Bulldogs. It's only been 1 timeout used in this game. DeKalb's used 1. New Haven hasn't had to use any, so both coaches able to save their timeouts there in the first half. As Richmond gets this one across the timeline. He's been the hot hand. He almost got whacked in the face. I'm not sure he didn't. But they are going to call a foul down low on Brooks. Brooks was thinking he got the steal, but instead they call him for the foul, and that's 2 quick fouls against New Haven. That'll put Richmond at the line. He can give DeKalb the lead once again. That was only the first foul of the game that Brooks has committed. And Richmond is true on the free throw, and DeKalb does have the lead. Richmond is up to 15 points for this game. That second one rattles out. Wright is there for the rebound. Here comes Jakar Williams up the floor. Williams will set the play. He gives it to Latham. Latham spins inside the paint, puts it home. Thomas Latham, fairly quiet in the first half. Didn't take him long to get his first bucket of the second, and New Haven has the lead. Their first lead since halftime. Of course, it was DeKalb who had the lead at halftime, but New Haven last led in the second quarter. Penrod gets fouled on the inside. I think they're going to get right for that one. Well, the foul's piling up now for New Haven. As Dre Wright commits the Bulldogs' 3rd foul. Check that, it's Jakar Williams. And that's his 2nd foul of the game. It was a non-shooting foul. So Hickman will put it in play, and that's a 5-second call. 5-second violation on the Barons. And a timeout called by Rod Cohn. And with that, we'll take a timeout right along with them. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Empowered Sports Club, Fort Wayne's premier multi-sport facility and home to Empowered Volleyball Academy. With the deepest and most experienced coaching staff in the region, we've had a 100% college recruiting success rate for the last 6 years. Be sure to register for upcoming tryouts at our regular location and our new satellite program, Empowered OBC. If you're looking for a place where you can not only play volleyball, but call home, look no further than Empowered.
New Haven up 31-30 on DeKalb here at New Haven High School in Allen County, just outside of Fort Wayne. We are, of course, in New Haven, Indiana, home to a Norfolk Southern freight yard. In fact, there's a little bit of railroading in both the towns that these two teams are based in. Norfolk Southern has a train yard here in New Haven. There's an Amtrak passenger station in Waterloo where DeKalb is located. Of course, DeKalb named after its home county, DeKalb County. It also features towns such as Garrett and Auburn. Nolan Knack able to prevent the turnover. He gets this one up top to Hickman. Hickman picked up by Turnwald. They get it back to Hickman. He wanted the catch and shoot, but he backs it out instead. Hickman on the drive. The left-hand shot, no good. Latham was there for the board. He slows things down. I don't think he was across the timeline before he passed that. The pass went backwards, but Latham had not yet crossed. Latham off the catch and shoot. Rattles home a 3. Thomas Latham, his first triple of the game, and now the Bulldogs will press. The Barons have yet to hit a shot from the field in this half. Leslie spinning into the lane. Has it knocked away by Wright. Wright lofts it up the floor for Williams. Williams with the jam. The transition jam by Jakar Williams. He beat everybody down the floor. And now Leslie beats him. Actually, he beat Dre Wright across the timeline. Williams is defending Nolan Knack way down near the block. Here's a pull-up three from the corner. That's off the side of the backboard. Knack is able to chase down the rebound. That's Penrod. He goes up and gets fouled. It's going to be on Latham, and it'll send Penrod to the free throw line. That's Latham's third foul. All the fouls this half have been committed by New Haven, yet they've outscored DeKalb 38. Excuse me, they've outscored New Haven 9-2 since the second half began. They're up to 36 points. Got my numbers mixed up there. My apologies. But a key free throw coming up here for Penrod, and he goes 2 for 2. 36-32. Penrod was 6 points in the game. All of DeKalb's points this half have come from the free throw line. Williams across the timeline. He feeds it off to Brooks. Brooks wanted the step back. Now spins inside. Knack almost ripped it away. That's a jump ball. Possession arrow should give it to the Barons, I believe. Now check that. It'll give it to New Haven. The Barons got the ball to start the second half, so it should be New Haven ball. Our scoreboard signaling that the arrow gives it to New Haven. Are the officials discussing that there may be a foul going on here? Yeah, they're going to just call it a jump ball, and the possession arrow will give it to New Haven. Official explaining it to Bruce Stevens right now. Williams puts it in play to Brooks. He lofts it to Williams. Turnwald from downtown hits a three. I believe that's the second three that Turnwald has hit tonight. As this is Leslie across the timeline, he feeds it off to Richmond. Neither team has had a double-digit lead in this game. Penrod got hacked. Williams disappointed with the call, but it looked like his arms came forward and made contact with Penrod. That's going to be his third, and that's the fifth team foul against New Haven, and now Bruce Stevens wants a timeout. If for no other reason than because of these fouls, the New Haven is close to putting DeKalb in the bonus. Well, we'll get a look at our latest replay brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Looks like Dre Wright caused the turnover on this possession. He lobs it up to Williams, and then Williams went right over top to jam that one home. And New Haven has continued to build their lead since. DeKalb's only points this second half have come from the free throw line. New Haven has outscored DeKalb 12-3. And that replay, like all our others, brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance as Penrod goes to the free throw line. And the first one is good. I believe it was Penrod who was at the line moments ago for the Barons. He's up to 7 points for the game. Make it 8 as that free throw rattles home. Barons still very much alive. If they can get a stop and get a bucket, we're looking at a one-possession game. Even though New Haven has had the momentum much of this half, Williams around the screen. Turnwald kicks it to the corner. That's Jamarcus Smith. Smith leans in. Oh, couldn't get it to fall, but he was fouled. Jamarcus Smith is a 5'8 junior. He also plays on the JV team. Or was it Brooks who was fouled? Brooks is at the line. And Brooks is able to knock down that free throw. There's a bit of a size difference between Brooks and Smith. The only near similarity between the two is Brooks is number 12, Smith is number 22. And here's Richmond across the timeline. Was thinking about that step-back three. That's Smith who closes in on him. Traveling is the call. Donald Wiley will come into the game. And he'll give Leslie a breather. As Darion Brooks will bring this ball across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Swing that one out to the corner. Brooks fakes the pass. Williams going to pull up from downtown. Got it. That's 7 points for Jakar Williams. And here comes Richmond across the timeline. Wright almost got the turnover, but Penrod left wide open and he puts it home. Connor Penrod with a rather easy bucket and a much needed one for the Barons, their first made field goal of the half. The Bulldogs have Wright in the middle of that zone, a 2-3 zone by the Barons. Smith gets it to him. Back outside to Brooks. His three is too strong. Penrod kind of snatched the rebound from his own teammate, Donald Wiley, there. Richmond across the timeline. Gets it back over to Wiley. Got Penrod posting up against Brooks. It's only about an inch or two difference as far as height is concerned. Ball's poked away from behind. That was Williams who caused the turnover. He pushes it up to Wright. It's out of bounds, off of Wright's hand and out of bounds. DeKalb will take over. 2:12 on the clock here in the third quarter. And racing across the timeline is Richmond. They feed it inside to Penrod. Left it short. Darion Brooks with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Smith has it blocked. Brooks rips it away. He loses it. And it's picked up by Barth. Back down the floor for Penrod. He puts it home. Barons right back within 5. Connor Penrod having himself a heck of a third quarter. Two-3 zone again by the Barons. Gone to this more recently. Bulldogs work this ball around the perimeter. They've got Wright on the inside of that zone. Now he works his way to the outside. Off to Turnwald. Rod Cohn wanted a traveling call there, and instead Brooks is going to draw a foul on the Barons. I believe that'll be the third team foul, or second team foul perhaps. It's on Penrod. But it was not a shooting foul, so it will be New Haven basketball from the baseline. Jakar Williams to put it in play. That's a long inbound to the hands of Brooks. See if DeKalb sticks with his 2-3 zone. Brooks was thinking about it. That would have been a long shot, though, if he had taken it. Little fake. Robertson trying to get it to Brooks. Ball is loose. And is that going to be a jump ball? No, traveling is the call. Yeah, they say he got up with the basketball, and you cannot do that. Yeah, you grab the ball down on the floor. You can't get up off the floor while still holding the basketball in your hands. You have to either dribble as you're getting up or pass it off. Turnwald's three, no good. Brooks goes into his own bench and hard into the stands. It looks like he's okay, though. He's able to get up and walk back onto the court. And that's the good news, that he was able to get up, but you see a player go crashing into the stands like that, especially these wood stands. It certainly looks scary. We're down to 40 seconds here in this third quarter. Wiley contested by Robertson. And Robertson's going to be called for the foul. It's the 6th-team foul against the Bulldogs. It will be Barron's ball on the sideline, the inbound to Richmond. Wiley has it poked away. Dre Wright trying to get to the rim, counted and a foul. Dre Wright with the transition bucket. In a second half where DeKalb was starting to wear the Bulldogs down with that 2-3 zone, the Bulldogs get a transition bucket and stretch the lead out to 7, and now Wright can make this an 8-point game with 18.7 seconds to go. The foul was on Donald Wiley. It's his first. And just the third of this half against DeKalb as Wright could not hit the free throw. Penrod the board. Here's Richmond across the timeline. Trying to get inside. Has it tipped. Brooks, the outlet to Wright. Can he do it again? He gets to the bucket and scores. Clock down to 2. Richmond gets it off. He hits it! Right at the buzzer as the third quarter comes to an end. A huge 3 by Richmond. And that's Richmond's 4th 3 of the game. We will be right back after this on SummitCitySports.com. Begin the fourth quarter, New Haven leading by 6, but Cole Richmond hit a huge 3 just before the quarter ended to make it a 6-point game, and then Penrod follows that up with a bucket to start the fourth quarter. Right from the free throw line, we got a 4-point game. Boy, Connor Penrod has really turned it on this second half. Brooks against 3 defenders, he gets fouled. Penrod, by the way, has 14 points in the game. Cole Richmond is the Barons' leading scorer with 18. I believe Penrod had just 4 points going into halftime. Scored 10 since the break. That foul was called on Wiley, and Brooks able to knock down the free throw. Darion Brooks having a great performance as well. He's up to 17 points. That free throw wouldn't fall. So Brooks goes 1 for 2. This is Hickman across the timeline. Now he feeds it off to Leslie short of the timeline. And it looks like New Haven is out in a 1-2-2 zone. This is the first Northeast 8 Conference game of the season for the Bulldogs. For DeKalb, it's their second game. They're 1-0 in league play so far with a win against Norwell. Norwell is in action tonight, playing their second league game of the season. That's against Leo. A 3 from the corner, contested one at that, no good. Foul called over the back. I think that's Penrod who's going to be called for that one. Looked like he was the one who went over the back, and it is Penrod indeed, his 5th. So checking on some other scores, Blackhawk Christian up 103-61 over Concordia. 103. And it looks like the subs are in the game in that one. Yeah, I saw Caleb First standing up there on our little monitor that we have. Actually watching it on Periscope there. As Williams feeds that one over to Turnwald, I beg your pardon. Williams off the catch and shoot. Comes up short on the 3-ball. Latham puts it in. Thomas Latham, Johnny on the spot. Give him 11 points for this game. Penrod was waiting for it on the interior as New Haven sticks with that zone. DeKalb went zone in the third quarter. And Penrod has it blocked. That's Williams. Feeds it up the floor to Brooks. And Brooks finishes. And a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. A timeout by DeKalb. They've got 2 timeouts left. This one a full timeout. And we'll take it with them here on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
New Haven is up 52-43 over DeKalb here in the fourth quarter with less than 6 minutes to go. Jakar Williams had the block shot moments ago. If we get a chance, we'll try to show that to you. As New Haven is in the looks like the 3-2 zone, actually. Started off 1-2-2. There's a 3 from the corner, a little bit too strong. Penrod, the board, puts it in. DeKalb not going away. And Connor Penrod, who came alive in that third quarter, had 10 points in that quarter. He's now got 12 for the half, 16 for the game. The lob inside for Williams, tough catch. Left-hand shot comes up short. Penrod with the rebound. Barron's quick up the floor. Hickman was thinking about the 3. Now he slows it down. Back out to Hickman. He feeds it inside for Penrod with the left-hand block by Latham. Penrod got it back. That one looked like it was tipped by Latham. Turnwald almost not ready for that pass, but he's able to catch it. Latham snatches it away. His shot too strong. Leading in is Wright. He scores. Dre Wright with the bucket. Give him 9 points and a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Here's a 3 from the corner, no good. That was Jackson Barth who couldn't knock it down. Penrod, though, with the rebound. And right off that rebound, it's Alex Leslie who puts it home. Latham comes across the timeline. He's picked up by Penrod defensively. Gets it to Brooks out on the wing. Brooks loses the ball. Barth comes up with it. Brooks trying to get it back. Barth able to keep it away from him. Kicks it to the corner. Shot fake by Leslie. And he kicks it back out to Cole Richmond. The lob inside. Latham had it. Tipped away and Penrod scores. And that's back-to-back buckets for the Barons and a timeout taken by Rod Cohn. Oh, the Barons are not going away, and we'll go ahead and show you one of their big shots to close out the half here on the Traction AP replay. Now, first it was Dre Wright who was able to score in transition. He comes right down the floor, puts it home, but then the Barons able to answer. Cole Richmond, right before the end of the third quarter, splashes home a 3. And that made it a 1-point game. DeKalb, made it a 6-point game, a 2-possession game. Certainly kept the Barons in this thing, and They're still in it right now. I'll take a look at what just transpired on this last possession here on our next Traction AP replay. Latham almost got the steal there. We'll go and show that to you again. Try and show it to you a little bit earlier. There we go. You'll see the pass inside. Latham almost had the steal. It was knocked away from behind. Good job there by Alex Leslie to keep the play alive and give Penrod a chance to put it home. And for Penrod, he's got 18 points in the game. He leads all DeKalb scores. They're within 5. Barron's trying to go to 2-0 in Northeast 8 conference play on the season. Full court pressure by the Barons. Latham with the tough catch right off the inbound. He showed some ups there to grab that pass. Williams with it. Hickman falls down. The Barons crowd wanted a foul call. They didn't get it. Ripped away by Dre Wright. He finds Williams. Williams takes it to the glass. Barons have scrapped and clawed their way back into this game, but New Haven once again finds the answer. Richmond off the fake. Kicks it to the outside. 3 ball goes down for Nolan Knack. And we got a 4-point game. DeKalb still very much alive. Looks like they've gone back to the man-to-man. Here's Williams, the kick to Brooks. They've got less than 3 minutes to play in regulation. Got Williams posting up down low. And he'll cut across the floor, as does Turnwald. They tried to get it to him. He wasn't ready for it. And Brooks is not happy with that. He wanted Turnwald to be ready for that pass, and he was not. Richmond around the screen from Penrod, I beg your pardon. Leslie off the catch and shoot. Too strong off the 3. Latham with the board. Well, whoever wins this game can at least be pleased that their team was able to fight hard, scrap and claw, and get a victory. We'll see who that ends up being when this one's all said and done. We're inside 2 minutes to play. Brooks, a pull-up jumper, a little bit too strong. Hickman comes across the timeline. He's picked up by Turnwald. Little backdoor cut by Leslie, ripped away along the baseline. How on earth did Dre Wright pull that off? He had little space to work with, almost none. And somehow he not only got the steal, but stayed in bounds while doing so, and then threw it off the foot of a DeKalb player. Miles across the timeline. And that one goes through the legs of Wright and out of bounds. And with 1:26 to go, it's a 2-possession game, and DeKalb gets the ball back. Inbound to Cole Richmond. Richmond is picked up by Brooks. They've been the top 2 scorers in this game. Catch and shoot by Knack, and he knocks it down. Where you been, Nolan? He didn't have a single 3 ball until this quarter. And Latham, did he get fouled? He did. This was Alex Leslie going for the steal. His team down by just 1, trying to pull off a come-from-behind victory. The Barons have been down by as many as 9 points in this game. Had a couple leads in the first half, had a brief lead early in the second half. Leaping high up to get it was Latham. Latham gets into the paint. Jump hook, he got it. Rod Cohn trying to plead his case that Latham traveled. Well, for Latham, he's got 13 points in the game. Latham has come up big in the second half. Wright almost got the steal. Off the leg of Wright, and it goes out of bounds. Well, Nolan Knack has hit 2 threes, and I believe the last 2 possessions, or at least maybe the last 3 possessions, for the DeKalb Barons. Either way, his most recent 3 made it a 1-point game. Will he be looked to here? Barons get a 3 here. They tie the game. They just beat the 5-second violation. And here's Richmond, picked up defensively by Brooks. Coming up on 30 seconds to play in regulation. Richmond on the drive. Spins, kicks it out. Oh, they're going to call him for traveling. Richmond was losing his footing on the way down. And now the DeKalb Barons, in all likelihood, will have to foul unless they can get a quick steal. Inbound to Latham. And obviously, you don't have a shot clock to worry about, and Latham draws the foul. It's going to be on Leslie. That's the 7th team foul on DeKalb. It's going to put the Bulldogs in the bonus. And New Haven has also committed 6 fouls. Their next one will put DeKalb in the bonus. That's Leslie's 2nd foul of the game, and Latham heads to the line to shoot 1+1. And that free throw is good. It's a 2-possession game off the make by Latham. Latham has had a huge second half. I believe he had just 4 points before halftime. He scored 10 this half. His free throw rims out. Barons are down 2 scores. Can't take a whole lot of time. Hickman drives. They're going to say out of bounds off of New Haven. So the Barons will get it back with 18.9 to go, but they need a quick bucket here to make it either a 2-point game or a 1-point game if they can get a 3. Inbound to Leslie, back to Hickman. Hickman uses the baseline. Doesn't have much time to work with, puts it up and in! And a timeout called by Rod Cohn. And that is the final timeout taken by the Barons. They have none left. New Haven has all 4 of theirs left, and I'm not sure if the Barons are worried about the timeout situation right now. What they need to do here is either get a steal or commit a foul and send somebody to the line to perhaps go 1 for 2 or perhaps 0 for 2. Or 0 for 1, I guess you would say. It'd be 1 and 1. The next foul against DeKalb would be the 8th team foul. But right now they're still in it, just down 2 with 11.9 to play and trying to at least force overtime. And maybe get their 2nd conference win of the season. DeKalb came into this game with a 1-0 conference record. They had beaten Norwell earlier this year. To find out soon what the final of that Norwell game was. They were taking on Leo. I believe Tyler Sorg was on the call for that particular game, and Blackhawk Christian looks like they're all done against Concordia. Blackhawk Christian had a huge lead in that one. They had gotten up over 100 points. They were leading by, I think it was by 40 points, if I'm not mistaken. Inbound to Brooks, and they foul him right away. Bryce Dobson commits the foul. Now that'll leave a little bit of time on the clock. But now if Brooks were to hit both of these free throws, the Barons would need a quick bucket and then perhaps another foul and not a lot of time on the clock. But Brooks misses the free throw. Latham gets the board. And then he gets fouled. Big-time rebound by Thomas Latham, and he's had a big-time second half. That's the 7th team foul against the Barons. Check that 9th team foul against the Barons. It sends Latham to the line to shoot 1 and 1. 8.6 left to go. New Haven has no one there to rebound the ball, but Latham didn't really need anyone there to rebound the ball. He hits the first one. Give him 15 for the night. And we do have an update on that Norwell-Leo game. Leo won that one, 53-43. The free throw is missed, and now DeKalb can tie it. Leslie, can they get a shot off? That one's blocked. It was Brooks who blocked it, and that's the game. New Haven hangs on to beat DeKalb on the block 3 by Brooks. What a huge play. A couple of huge plays worth bringing up. Thomas Latham had the offensive rebound after Brooks missed the free throw. The front end of a 1-and-1. Latham got to the line, hit the first of his free throws, made it a 3-point game, forced the Barons to go for the 3. And how about Darion Brooks with his defense on this last play? We'll go ahead and show it to you before we sign off here. And this was the play that closed it all out. DeKalb needed a 3 to force overtime. Leslie got around Williams, and Hickman had to launch that one. Brooks was right in his face. And you're talking about a 5'10 guy trying to shoot it right over a 6'4 guy. That is, pardon the pun, a tall task for anybody to accomplish. And Darion Brooks preserves the victory for the New Haven Bulldogs. They win it 60-57. Well, for our Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game, we're going to award this one to 2 different players. One who had a huge second half scoring-wise. That was Thomas Latham. He scores 15 points total, 11 of them in the second half. And then Darion Brooks. He was the leading scorer for New Haven, but it was Brooks who, as you just saw, blocked the shot in the closing seconds to preserve the victory for New Haven and prevent the Barons from getting a game-tying 3. 19 points for Brooks, 15 for Latham. Both are your Parkview Sports Medicine Players of the Game. Well, that is going to do it from here at New Haven High School, part of the East Allen County Schools District. Again, we got that update moments ago. Leo defeated Norwell 53-43. Leo goes, I believe, to 1-0 in conference play. Yes, they are 1-0 in conference play. That's their first conference game of the season. Norwell falls to 0-2 in conference play. And here at DeKalb, or here at New Haven, rather, the homestanding Bulldogs of New Haven go to 1-0 in conference play with a 60-57 win. DeKalb falls to 1-1 in conference play. That's going to do it from here at New Haven High School. For my camera operator, Brandon Porter, this is Thad Goff saying so long. You have been watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.